In this video, I'm going to show you how to engrave a tumbler using this machine, the WeCreat Vision Pro. We are going to walk through everything step by step so you can feel confident and have success when you start making tumblers. Hey there, I'm Sarah, you're watching Creative Ramblings. Today we are making some tumblers, specifically using this machine right here, the WeCreat Vision Pro. This is a 45-watt diode laser. Let me go over what we're going to cover in this video so you know what to expect. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this laser. We're going to talk about what you need in addition to the laser in order to engrave tumblers. We're going to talk about how to choose tumblers, how to measure them appropriately. We're going to put one in here, go over to the WeCreat Make It software and do a step-by-step tutorial with everything you need to know. I'm going to show you how to clean it up when it's done. And then we're going to talk about some common issues that come up when you are engraving tumblers and how to troubleshoot. Let's start with a little bit about this laser right here. This is the WeCreat Vision Pro. It's a 45-watt diode laser, and it's pretty tall. It has some really cool features. It has this auto rising feature, so when you have a tumbler inside of here, the whole thing raises up. But if I were to put a piece of flat wood, it lowers down, so there's appropriate distance between the laser beam and the material that you're engraving or cutting. The Pro in the name of this laser means it's a little more powerful. There is some cool technology built into here that allows that 45-watt laser to operate more like a 60-watt. Now, I do have a few videos on this machine already. I'm going to link them here so you can go learn more about it if you don't already have it. I imagine that those of you watching this video already have this machine and want to understand how to work with tumblers. So in addition to the laser, you're going to need a rotary attachment. In this case, it is the Rotary Pro. You can buy it as a bundle with this machine, or you can add it on later and buy it from the WeCreat website. In just a minute, I'm going to show you how to install it on here. There are a couple other WeCreat lasers that can engrave tumblers, including the Vista, Vision, and the Lumos, and I have videos on those as well. You can take a look at my WeCreat playlist if you have a different machine from this one and want to engrave tumblers. So the first thing we're going to talk about is tumblers. This is what we're engraving today. A diode laser like the WeCreat Vision Pro can engrave coated metal tumblers. So this is a metal tumbler that's coated with something. Typically it's anodized aluminum or stainless steel covered in some kind of a coating. And the laser is going to take the coating off and reveal the metal underneath. So we are starting with a skinny tumbler today. So this one has a twist off lid. It actually comes with a straw. They all come in color coordinated boxes. And this is going to be really easy to put on a rotary and engrave. When you are just getting started with tumblers, I highly recommend doing something straight-sided, not tapered or curved in any way. This is just going to be a lot easier to get a feeling for how this works, and then you can go into something a little bit different. So we're going to leave the straw and the lid aside. This is what we are going to engrave on. The next thing we need is the rotary attachment. So this is what it looks like. It comes with these jaws here that you can then widen or narrow. And typically, I'm going to put this as small as it goes here. Typically, you would put this in your machine and your tumbler would go right over these. But these skinny tumblers are just a little too small to fit over that. So there are a couple other pieces that come with your rotary attachment. These long pieces here can be used for rings or smaller tumblers, and I'm just going to screw them into the holes. And then the other thing I'm going to do is take these little pieces here. These are kind of like silicone grips, and stick them on. You can move them all the way up to the top. You can move them to the end. Whatever's going to hold it best for you. Then I will be able to open this up a little bit, put my tumbler, oops, I've got one other piece in there. Put my tumbler on like this and tighten it so it's going to stay on really well. The other things that come with the rotary kit are this extra piece that we're going to use in the machine. We've got a screwdriver, a level, and a measuring tape. So before I put this in the machine, Let's measure this right away. So there's 2 measurements you want to have. And I'm going to measure mine in millimeters because that is what I'm working with in the software. I am going to measure all the way around, which is the perimeter. And so my perimeter is roughly 235 millimeters. I'm also going to measure the diameter, which is the diameter cuts across the circumference. And so that's roughly 72. So write those numbers down, keep them handy. We're going to use it when we go to the software. So let's get this rotary installed in the machine. Right now the machine is off. So the first thing I want to do is pull these grates out. And the rotary attachment is going to sit over on this side. So I need to come in and unscrew these 2 screws that are in here. Hang on to them because we're going to use them. Now we bring in the rotary, and there is a little pin right here on the bottom that is going to go into that hole between the 2 screws that we just removed. So it's really easy to place this appropriately. And then we just put those 2 screws right back in. This cord right here can either run over the top or underneath, and then it's going to plug into the back here. This little piece right here, these wheels can be raised or lowered, and this is going to help support the tumbler on the end. So now we can take this and put it into the machine. And so I'm going to slide it on and make sure it is sitting flush here. And then I am going to tighten or open the jaws tighter using this in the back. You can also use a screwdriver to come in here and just tighten this, put it in one of these dots here and pull it even tighter until we have just a really good grip of that tumbler on there, and it's on there really good. Then this part goes onto the bottom here, and just make sure the wheels just meet the bottom without pushing on it. So that looks perfectly level. So now I can shut the lid and turn this on, and we'll go over to the software. This is the WeCreat Make It software, and so I am in a new project, and my Vision Pro is connected. I am connected via Wi-Fi. You can also connect via USB. So when I connect, it's immediately going to refresh my screen and take a picture of what's in there, which is that tumbler that we just placed inside. I'm going to come up to Settings, which is this little button next to the machine, and come down to where it says Non-Working Area of Rotary. And I'm going to turn that off. That's going to give us a little bit more room to work here. The next thing I want to do is come up to where it says Laser Flat and choose my processing mode. And we are working on a cylinder. And now this gives me a really good picture of what is in the machine. That purple tumbler and everywhere that I can work on it. So next up we can go to material. Now there isn't a big selection of materials in here. I highly recommend you run a test array on whatever type of tumbler you're working on. I have run one, so I have a really good idea of what settings I'm using. Alternatively, you can pick something similar, and then we can pick the settings from there. Next up, I want to put in my perimeter. And if I type in the perimeter, the diameter is going to automatically fill. If I type in the diameter, the perimeter is going to automatically fill. And now I can bring in a design. And this design right here, because it's black, I'm going to just click on it here, come up to color, and just change the color so I can see it better. This doesn't actually do anything different other than allow me to see it a little bit better. And now I want to size it appropriately. So I have measurements for both the height of the tumbler and the perimeter, and so I'm going to size this appropriately using these boxes up here. And you can unlock the aspect ratio so that I can change one without affecting the other. So this is sized perfectly for my tumbler, and I can lay it anywhere. Some people prefer to start maybe on one side of the line and work their way around. You can start right in the middle. The tumbler is just going to spin and engrave all the way around no matter what. One way to see if you've got the right idea here is to come over to 3D Preview. It doesn't take the height of the tumbler into account, but you can spin this and just look here where the two sides meet. I've got a little bit of a gap there, but yeah, I think it looks really good. So we're gonna leave it just like that. Now that I've got a graphic up here, when I click on that, I'm going to have an option for settings. And if I come down and look at the settings that they're telling me, this is for a powder coated stainless steel blue tumbler. And I would probably go with something like 78 and 250, but I did run my own test array, and I know that I'm going to do a power of 75 and a speed of 425. And I think that's going to give me a really good engrave here. I'm also going to do 200 lines. So this is all looking really, really good. The next thing I want to do is hit start. I am going to get an estimated processing time, and now I can frame, and this is going to show me exactly where it's going to go on the laser. When you hit the framing button, go look at your laser, and it's going to draw a box around where your engraving is going. So when I hit that, it actually showed the laser going off the end of my tumbler. So these cameras are good, but they are not perfectly accurate. So you want to make sure you have your measurements, you have your camera, and then you have framing. So what I did is just made this slightly shorter than I thought I needed to, framed it again, and everything looks perfect. So now I can go ahead and hit send, hit the button on the machine, and it'll start engraving. Cleanup of a tumbler is really important. You're gonna have a lot of soot and stuff on there when you take it out of the machine. I like using LA's Totally Awesome. It's a really gentle cleaner, but it is very powerful as well. Gentle meaning it doesn't smell that bad, it's not super toxic, but it cleans incredibly well. So wash it off with soap and water, wipe it down with some cleaner, and you're gonna reveal the beautiful stainless steel that has come through in our engraving. So this tumbler came out fantastic. If you are just getting started, I highly recommend starting with these straight-sided tumblers to just understand the software and the whole process pretty well. You can engrave on a machine like this with all different size pieces. So you can engrave tumblers that are tapered. So they're larger on the top and smaller on the bottom. You can also engrave with tumblers that have handles, but you're going to need to do things a little bit different. So for a handled tumbler, the handle has to be removable. So a lot of brands offer removable handles. They just have a couple screws you have to take off, and then you can put it in the machine and do it just like we did this one. If you are wanting to engrave on a full tumbler that is tapered, so different sized on the top and bottom, you're going to need to adjust your focus a little bit. My general recommendation is to focus on the highest part and then let it go for the rest. And you're gonna need to do some tests, absolutely do some tests. You might ruin a couple in the process, but you're gonna find settings that work for you for your tapered tumblers. So one of the biggest issues that I hear about in my comments and something that I have experienced personally is that when using the Make It software, I place my image, everything looks good, and then I go to engrave it and the image does not end up where I placed it using the software. So how do we remedy that? I want you to go back and just look at that when we did the software walkthrough step by step. So you want to turn off the non-working area, make sure your perimeter and diameter are accurate. That is so important to make sure they are accurate. Place it as best you can using the camera. The other thing you can do is take your tumbler and let's say I want the engraving to go from here to here and maybe I want it to be lined up in the center. You can put a little painter's tape on your actual cup so that you can see that tape on the camera. Even when you do that, it can be a little bit off. So always, always, always use the framing function. And I did that with this piece right here. And I noticed when I framed that I was a little off. And so I had to move the whole design up a little bit and actually shrink it down. And then it looked off in the camera, but it engraved beautifully here. So do not skip that framing part. It's going to come in handy. My goal with this video was to give you a step-by-step beginner-friendly tutorial on how to engrave a tumbler using the Vision Pro. So I hope we accomplished that. If you have any other questions on this process, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to chat with you. And be sure to take a look at the other WeCreat and Vision Pro videos that I have up on this channel. If you liked this video, if you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'm here every week with new videos to help you move forward in your creative journey. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.